Hey there, I hope you're having a great day today. Today's video is going to focus on a bit of a different idea than I normally do. This video is for people who really like to take a project in their business and keep working on it, working on it, working on it, but they start to get the impression that maybe they're fidgeting with it too much. They're sort of too hyper focused and they have trouble not being a perfectionist. So this video is for you if you're dealing with that. If you're not, skip it, go do something else with your time. So if you're finding yourself working on something too much, I wanted to bring in a principle that I've recently come across in something that has nothing to do with business. So the past few years, I've tried to diversify, have more interests, and do more things to be a more three-dimensional human being that's just not about business and Brazilian jiu-jitsu and just a few key things. I've expanded out. And one of these things I've started dabbling with is watercolor painting. Now, I am not a master artist by any means. I'm rudimentary at best, but I have a lot of fun anyways. And one of the interesting things with watercolor painting is when you put it down, it's a bit messy. And if you keep putting it down, it just gets a globbed up. It turns into this brown mushiness that's hard to tell even what's going on. And I was painting, and my dad was giving me some advice. And he used to have an art teacher who would say, essentially, when you're working on a piece of artwork with watercolor, you get to a spot where you're going to be tempted to do more. And it's really important you don't do any more because when you do too much, it blobs up. And the art teacher would say, "You killed it, you killed it." So you should have stopped before you got to that point. This same idea applies in business. We see this little corner that we don't like the shading on this tree or something, and we try to keep working it to make it better and better. And we can over fixate and actually mess up the whole thing. To me, a business has a soul. It is an expression of art to some degree. It's an expression of who we are as a human being. And a common way to kill it is by trying to make it perfect, to make it exactly what we want. Instead, there's a bit of allowing some looseness, allowing it to stay a bit abstract, and getting it to a spot where, okay, this is a B plus. I'm pretty happy with it. I know I could keep spending a lot of time in this area, and at the end, it might not be any better, or it might actually be worse. I might have sucked the soul right out of it. So, this was a different way of thinking about things. Maybe it's a helpful analogy for you if you find yourself overworking a certain area of your business to step back and let it be. On top of that, if you're thinking about all of the projects that you have to do, typically getting one thing to a plus, a 99% on your grade card is not going to have as big of an impact as getting it to a B plus, and then also getting these others that you have an F minus and a 20% on your grade card up to a 50 or 60%. Typically going all in on one narrow area or project of the business doesn't have as big of an impact. So if you really want the best business possible, address your perfectionism at the business as a whole as opposed to over fixating on one component as much as you can. This is as much a reminder for myself as for you. Hope it helps. Work hard, but when you're don't overwork it and don't kill it. Stop while you're ahead. Have a great day.